Hello and welcome to another video on how to become a successful high-ticket healer. Here we teach you strategies, techniques, and tools to how to maximize your healing practice so that you can go from selling time and sessions to selling transformation and actually help people not only offer temporary relief, but a deep identity shift that your client will love. Now, that being said, it's 2026. If you aren't having one-to-one conversations with your prospects, with your leads, then I don't know what you're doing. If you are expecting your website to do all the heavy lifting for you, that people visit your website and magically sign up for your program, you might be stuck in the early 2000s, mid 2010s. It doesn't work anymore. Right now, the market has shifted and you need to have a conversation with your prospects. Now, I know discovery calls became really popular about 10 years ago, and people started offering discovery calls left and right. And you might have that in your website. Book a discovery call with me. Let's say that you get someone into your discovery call. Here's what happens. Most healers, what do? The number one mistake they do is they coach. Yes, coaching during your discovery call will kill any chances you may have of enrolling that client. And I'm going to explain exactly why. You probably know that feeling where you had a wonderful call with your client and they say, wow, thank you so much. This was actually really helpful. But then you never hear from them again. And what they just told you is not a compliment, it's a warning sign. Because what happened is that you spent 45 minutes into a call turning a stranger into someone who feels like they already got what they came for. And now they have zero reason to come back. Let me explain. Let's say you go to a restaurant, right? You're the prospect. You're the potential client. And I, the healer, am your server, the waiter. So I come to you and I say, hey, here's the menu. Take a look at the menu. We have the appetizers, we have the entrees, the dessert. But as you read the menu, here's a complimentary pizza, large pizza. Enjoy. And there you are reading the menu, eating the delicious pizza. And then I come back and I say, are you ready to order? And you look at me and like, you know what? That pizza was actually really good and I am stuffed. I don't think I'm going to order anything now. And then me as a waiter, I'm like, what happened? I'm baffled. That menu is top notch. You're a farm to table restaurant. We have the best dishes. And yet I stuffed you with pizza. It's the same thing with coaching. The first call is not about coaching. So in the next 15 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly why this is happening, what you should be doing instead, and my 3-step framework to turn your discovery calls into premium client magnets so that then you can take the next step and enroll them. And if you don't know me, my name is Gustavo and I help healers and holistic practitioners scale the healing practice to $10,000 months or more by selling high-ticket programs. So here is what actually is happening in most of your calls. You pour everything into that conversation. Your knowledge, your expertise, the exact frameworks that you've spent thousands of dollars, years developing and mastering. You ask a few questions, they open up, and because you're a healer, you do what you were born to do. You start helping, coaching them right there on the spot for free. And I know that's your instinct, and I've been there. But you end the call, you think everything went great, and what do they tell you? Let me think about it. Can I get back to you? Oh, this was great. I'll shoot you an email. And then you're just waiting, hoping that they come back. But here's the truth that most healers don't want to hear is that you are giving away the very thing people should be paying for. And you're giving it away before they even earned the right to receive it. So, what I teach the healers that I work with and holistic practitioners is to have a two call system. The first call, you shouldn't be coaching anything, sit, zero, nada. Okay? That call is to qualify the prospect, is to ascertain if you're actually a good fit, if you can actually help them, and if they belong in your world. Because let's face it, there are people that you shouldn't be helping. Why? Because they are energy vampires, because they're in deep victimization, and worst cases, they don't see the value of your work. They don't respect your work. So why waste your precious time and energy with those people? That's why you need a filter. You need to qualify people. If you're not qualifying, you're open to everyone. Basically, you're telling the market, I can work with anyone that has a pulse and a credit card. And that doesn't portray an aura of exclusivity, of premium, of quality. Instead, it portrays an aura of desperation. Please, please, please work with me. And we don't want to be exclusive just because we're in this elitist, ego trip. We want to be exclusive because we want to protect our energy. We want to work with people who want to work with us. And we want to deliver and give as much time and energy to those who value our work. But unfortunately, what happens for most healers and holistic practitioners is that the qualifying call turns into a coaching call. And the second you do that, you've handed them every reason not to come back. So think about what happens next. You start coaching. Then the client, they feel that there's no urgency, right? They feel better. But they feel better in a way that it's a temporary relief because you actually didn't help them in a way that can truly transform them. But now they think they have all the answers. They don't feel a sense of urgency. And they see you as someone who is just giving this information away. So it kind of becomes natural for them to ghost you, to repel you, to say, you know what, I can't afford it, or I had to think about it, or disappear completely. And you're left wondering what went wrong. You thought you did your best. You thought you gave them great feedback, advice. Because here's the truth, the qualifying call is not where you teach. It's not where you share your knowledge. It's not where you help. It's where you decide. And right now, most healers are skipping this step entirely and they're bleeding money because of it. So here's what I want you to understand. There's only three that you need to be doing in that qualifying call. And none of those three things involves coaching. These three things, what I call the AAA method, is a system, a framework that allows you to position yourself as an authority, as an expert during that qualifying call, to extract the most amount of information so that you can actually help this person and create a field of resonance, rapport. So this person is now feeling a connection and they are curious enough to say, wow, this person really gets me. They understand me. So this structure, intentional filter, only allows the clients that you can truly, genuinely help. And it works so well because, again, it positions you as an authority. It allows you to extract the most amount of information that you actually need to help that person. And it puts you in a position of authority. So the triple method stands for ask, affirm, authority. That's it. So your first goal and primary goal is to ask. powerful questions, open-ended, layered questions that allow the client to open up to their pain, to their vision, to the urgency that they have. If they don't have a real urgency, if what they're going through has no real cost for them, they won't take action. So this is where you need to find out if this person really has that urgency, that drive to change. You see, most healers ask surface level questions, and these questions only provide you answers that are surface level as well. So your job is to ask questions that go deeper. And here are 4 questions that you should be asking in your qualifying call. The number 1 question is, what's the number 1 result you want to achieve right now? This gets them focused on their desired outcome, the result, the identity they want to embody. The second question you need to be asking is, what is getting in the way of you experiencing that, embodying that, achieving that goal? And here's where they will tell you their story of their inner struggles or even some outside challenges that might be in the way of them getting to that state or getting to that goal. The third question you should be asking is, what have you tried so far? And how has that worked for you? And this is where they'll tell you how serious they are about solving this issue, how much of their time, energy, money they have invested in trying to solve this problem. It will also tell you the urgency or the stakes that are at hand, because this problem might be causing them a lot of disruption in different areas of their life. And the fourth question is, how soon do you want this to be solved? This is where you tackle urgency, right? If they're really comfortable with that struggle, with that pain, it's like, oh, I can live another year or 2, then you know there's no urgency. And of course, when you ask those questions, you also want to ask follow-up questions. Based on what they tell you, then you expand on that to get more information. So notice what you're doing. You're not coaching, you're not solving, you're not trying to help. You're simply asking and listening. Asking and listen. Now, the second step after you ask these powerful questions is to affirm, to acknowledge. So once they share, you're going to mirror back to them their responses. This demonstrates empathy and active listening. Both of these increase trust, because as humans, we want to be seen, we want to be heard, we want to feel understood. And if you think about it, many people, when they're telling their friends or family members about their problems, what do most of them do? Tell them what they think they should be doing. They rarely meet someone who can be actively and genuinely listening. So in a way, you're helping them just by listening. So you want to affirm, you want to mirror back to them their state, their emotions, and what they have verbalized. And here's what affirmation sounds like. Got it. That makes sense. Totally understandable. Gotcha. I hear you. You're not alone. Actually, I see this in a lot of my clients. These are simple phrases, but they're so powerful. And they signal that you respect what they're going through and that you're not rushing to try to solve their problem. You actually are very interested in what they have to say. And you're not just coming up with judgments or conclusions. If you think about it, it's really an ego trip to try to help someone in 15, 30 minutes. And here's a pro tip. Not only will you say, got it, understood, you're going to use your body language as well. You're going to tilt your head, you're going to nod, you're going to lean in, you're going to pause to let the words land. All those verbal and nonverbal cues will tell them, wow, this person is locked in. This person is seeing me. They understand me. They're open. They're curious. And that is super powerful. And again, notice what you're not doing. You're not giving solutions. You're not trying to build a roadmap for them to get out of their situation. You're simply listening, asking, affirm. And the third and final step of the AAA method is authority. So here, after you have asked the powerful questions, after you affirm and acknowledge what they have verbalized, you want to sprinkle in a little bit of authority. And what that means is that, of course, you're the expert. They have come to you for your expertise. So you want to show them that you are indeed an expert. And so when they share their struggles, what they've tried, you can say, got it. You know what? I've seen this in many of my clients where they tried to fix their relationship that way, or they tried to change their beliefs that way, or they've tried to heal this chronic illness this way, and it didn't work. And again, you're not going to offer them a solution. You're not going to coach them and tell them why it isn't working. All you're saying is that you've seen this before, that you've worked with people going through this before, and that you've helped them solve this very. So you want to educate strategically. You want to share quick insights that demonstrate your expertise without over. Keep it simple, keep it outcome driven. So the key to all of this is having a natural conversation. You're sprinkling authority. It's not an ego trip. You don't have to prove yourself. You're simply saying, I've seen this before. I know how to deal with it. And I've solved this issue for past clients, and here are my success stories. That's it. So let's recap the AAA method. First, ask powerful questions. What's your outcome? What's getting in the way? What have you tried before? Affirm. Show, report, resonance with your client. Get into that field of empathy. Gotcha. I see. I understand. I totally get where you're coming from. And use the nonverbal cues as well. And then authority. Sprinkle in some past case studies, some success stories, some wins from your clients, and let them know that where they are right now for you is very familiar territory. You've been there yourself, and you've seen others in that same position, and you have taken yourself out of it, and you helped others get out of that state or that position in the same fashion. That's the framework. That's how you protect your energy. You create a filter. You qualify people so that you only get to work with clients who value your work, who will be committed, and who will be ready to invest. Now, here's the thing. The AAA method works incredibly well, but that is meant for the first call. So once you get that qualifying call, someone will move into your strategy call, and that's where the real work begins. That's where you design their custom program. That's where you pitch your offer. That's where you handle the objections and you enroll them. But unfortunately, most healers, they have no idea how to run that call. So if you're watching this and you're thinking, okay, that makes sense. I can conduct a qualifying call, but you still have no idea what to do on a strategy call. That's exactly what I can help you with. I have a complete system for building a scaling a premium healing practice, and it's called the High Ticket Healer Method. And in this system, you'll learn how to really find your niche. Not your niche as most healers do, thinking that their healing modality is their niche. It's not. How to find what really resonates with your clients, speak their ideal language, how to create a program, a container that really fits their unique needs, wants, and goals, so that you're not offering something generic to everyone, and that they can see the true value of what you have to offer, so that they show up committed, ready to invest. And the whole system teaches you how to magnetize premium clients so that you're no longer chasing. You're no longer begging, hoping, praying for people to work with you. Instead, you qualify people, and you are in a position where you are very comfortable because now instead of doing 10, 20, 30 sessions per month, you're working with fewer clients, but you're making 5 times, 10 times more money than you used to. So now you can invest more of your energy into the clients that you know are really committed to your work. And you'll also learn how to pitch with authority, how to enroll clients, how to handle objections. Because let's face it, many people, when they are about to make a life-changing decision, guess what happens? The ego shows up. The defense mechanisms come to the surface, and they throw at you what you think are valid reasons not to do your program. But deep down, they are excuses, defense mechanisms designed by the ego to keep them where they are. So I'll teach you how to navigate and disarm the ego defenses so that you get to meet the higher self of that person, and that when they sign up for your program, it's super clear to them that they made the right choice. So no more ghosting, no more refunds, no more cancellations. So if you want to know if the high ticket healer method is the right method for you as a healer, as a holistic practitioner to scale your healing practice to attract premium clients, then you can click on the link below to book a call with me. But first, you need to answer some questions. It's a short form that lets me know more about you. Why? Because the more I know about you, the more I will be able to help you. If you qualify for the call, then at the end, you'll see the option to get on that call. And in that call, what are we going to do? Well, I'm going to do what I just taught you right now. I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to see what are your goals, what are your visions, what are your struggles. And I'm going to see if I can actually help you, if the high ticket healer method is actually for you. This call is also a blind spot discovery call. Why? Because I'm going to ascertain what are the gaps from where you are to where you want to be. What are the blind spots that are keeping you back, sabotaging you to scaling your practice and truly living your mission as a healer and manifesting abundance as you do it. So click down below on the link, fill out the short form, book the call, and I'll see you there. All right. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.